Cannon Crusader here, and welcome to part 9 of the Massey 780 special. So this one's all around putting the new belts on, going out for a ride to find the new belt and the skirts, but yeah, coming back, putting the new belts on and reassembling the variable speed pulleys and appropriate, and attach components, and putting the brake drum on, adjusting chains and adjusting, and generally getting it all going again, mobile, so we can run it backwards and forwards. And hopefully by the end of this one we will get the corn pan in. It's been a long while since we've seen the corn pan, so it we're looking at very close to putting it in. The only thing we'll have to do, we'll have to take the exhaust out to do that, but so yeah, sit back and enjoy, and I'm sure you will, and we'll catch you up on the next one. And we're getting close to actually the combine body itself will be nearly finished. Then I can bring the head around and get sorted, cracking on that. So a big major step in that when that corn pan goes in. So yep, catch you on the next one. So today I've been out shopping. I've been and bought some canvases and the all important drive belt. So I've got the flat belt, drive belt, which is new. This is the hood canvas at the back, which obviously it's all new. This is the baffle canvas inside. Remember the bit that flew out when I revved it up when we first got it going? Well, that was off this piece here. Well, not this bit, but the raggy one that's inside the combine. And then this one is the one that fits across the front of the corn pan. It stops the corn from coming out on top of the engine. Normally what happens with these is the mouses eat the corners away, and the next time you go, you end up with corn all over your engine, and when you have a look, the mouses are bloody eating a blooming hole in it. So I need to paint it with something to stop the mouses from eating it. But anyway, so yeah, I've got a few bits, and he gave me a bit of spare belting, right? But no excuse now. I've got to crack on and get the blooming thing done, otherwise we're going to miss the harvest. Okay, so I'm just having a fiddle with getting these, getting this combine belt on, flat belt. That's over into the bottom half of the pulley. So we'll move uphill a bit. See if we can see anything from up here. Get myself a box to stand on so I can climb up here. Right, there's one thing I've just got to do. I've got to drop it out of gear because I'm not going to put it on while it's in gear. Right, let's have another go. What can we see now? Right. Alright, there you go. How's that? A bit of luck, that'll run through. I can actually spin that one, look, in there when I move the beta bar, so with a bit of luck, if I fire it up, it'll spin okay. It's going a lot better now. I've got all the crap off off the pulley wheel. So next job then is to get the traction belt back in. So that could be interesting because this is closed up now. But we'll get the big iron bar in there and lever it open, and so yeah, get them belts. That one's been done. That bearing's been done. When that might slacken off when it supples itself up a bit, but so yeah, once the traction belt's all buttoned back up with all its appropriate pieces, then I can put the one wheel hub back on, and then corn pan, then tank. And then we're there, apart from just putting the hood and the bits and pieces on. And then it's all down to repairing the bed then. So right, I'll crack on a bit and catch up with you a bit later. Okay, so the variable speed belt is on. And now we need to put the other half of the variable speed pulley on. And that's the adjustable side of the pulley. I've put the key in there. It's a bit long key that comes from here look, all the way through to that end. And that's all ready to go. I've got some light grease on the shaft. I'll just pull this belt out of the way. And I have to swing all that out of the way, because the guard and everything gets in the way. So hopefully that will clear it. It's a sizable piece and quite heavy, so we'll have a look, see where we've got to go. Got to line the keyway up. There we go. Right. Let's get started. I know it was blooming tight to get off, and you probably can't see it from there, but I'll just wipe the grease off my hands. And the problem we have is the actuator cam, which is there, look. It's just in the way of getting the belt pulley to go on. So I'm going to have to use two hands and lever that down, and just to get it to start, and hopefully it will go. Just find myself a bit of rag to sit on just so I can get in here. Right, there you go, look. It's a bit of a fiddle, sort of not too bad, and then another time I struggle like hell and it won't go. But yeah, it's just your luck of the draw really. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. And then the pulley goes on the front of this with the nut, and you might not be able to see it from there, but and then you just got to fiddle that linkage on there. So we'll just have to tap it because obviously it's going in on a bit of an arc, but it will go on. and that's like your quadrant lever to pull this backwards and forwards. The top part of it is fixed. Top part of this section here, look, can we see it? There, look, it's got a hole in there. It's fixed to the top of the bell housing with a rod, which I'll show you in a bit. And then when you work your variable speed lever, it works the hydraulic ram, which is in there, and that ram is coupled up to that linkage there, all the way down to there, look, and through these quadrants, look, and then that moves this one in and out. And if it squeezes the belt up, it pulls it inside this one, because this side one's sprung loaded. As it is now, you see you're in crawler speed because this is the biggest one. But when it climbs up to the top of that one and pulls this right down in the bottom, then that'll be your fast speed. So so you can see what sort of how that works. Hopefully, anyway. I'll just tap these bits up, and I'll show you when we put the rod in. I've got the hammer here, just to knock that on there like that. That's fully out, just want to wash and split pin, putting back in. And then the lever sticks up there with a fork on it, look. Again, that is blooming tight. So we'll just have to, if I can get in there with the hammer, so we can see, look. I'll get my taper punch in the hole just to line it up, and I can put the pin and then the split pin in, and then that's the top yocked up, and it's the same as the bottom. I just want the washer to go on that little stub there, and a what do you call it, a split pin putting in there, and then that's that one sorted. Then I'll put the pulley on. Once I know that's in there and working, I'll put the pulley on. So you can sort of see your way around that a little bit, hopefully. So I'll do a little bit more, and I'll bring you back when there's more to show. So that's the other side of the variable speed pulley done, look. It's on, and then the drive belt for your pump and your grain unloading auger. So we've got plenty of grease around them, the split pins in, and the split pins in the top one. There, look, and the pin, it's got a bit of grease on as well, so everything's lubricated and working as it should. So pretty much that is all good. Now I've took that pulley out of there because she got a fairish headache, and the sleeve that goes through the middle of the roller bearings has got a hellish groove in it, so I'm going to make a new sleeve to put through the middle of the roller bearing just to take some of the play out, and I'll reassemble that. But so yeah, pretty much drive line wise, that's sort of ready to go. I can put my drive, yeah, I can put my drive belt on. Yeah, I'll put my drive belt on, which is that one there. When I've got that on, then I'll set to and put the drum on. Catch you in a bit. Okay, so brake drum's on, which is running freely. All adjusted up, castle nut on, and split pin in. Right, where's my blooming spanner gone? So now it's a question of adjusting it up. So as I said before, that's the brake adjuster, so much we don't see today. So goes round on notches. Typically it has, you know, 4 notches. Right, it's just gone over one. That's just gone over another one. It's still running free. That's another one. So she's just beginning to catch. That's another one. Yeah, it's just beginning to catch a little bit more. That's another one. We're just getting closer. Yeah, it's got a fair drag on it, that one has. I think if we go one more, it'll lock it off. I feel pressure on it. Yeah, it's just clicked over. Yeah, it's quite tight. So I'm going to back it off one. That's it. Yep, I'm going to call that do. Running free enough, so you can just hear it dragging a little tiny bit, which is what you need. So like you say, so that was a bird's eye view from sitting on the traction belt, if you didn't know. Like I say, I've got this wheel out which I'm going to do the bearing for in a few minutes, but what I was looking for is for a start-up to see how the new belt performs. Chain can be sorted now and put on. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire it up if the battery's still charged up, because I haven't done the charging on it yet. Just get you so you can see the belt. Yeah, you just see the belt there. Look, that's the drum working. Right, we'll see if she'll go. So she's got a bit of drag, and the pulley is good and clean, so, but again, the belt is new. Half of the combine ain't working anyway, so by the time you get all the rest of it on straw walkers and all the bits and pieces, the shaker and the whole lot working, and obviously the bed on, it's got a lot more work to do, and I think there'll be a lot more drag and then it will slip. Again, needs a bit of work to polish it up, doesn't it, you know. But yeah, it's it'll go, it'll do its job. I was hoping it would, you know, just slip round in the bottom like it's supposed to do, but we'll give her some work. And putting the drum into gear as well is actually quite easy. Having me saying that. Yeah. So we can only try it, see how it goes. Anyway, I'll crack on now and do the chain and a few bits, and bring you back when there's more to show. Okay, so let's put the chain on. It's very difficult to do this. But the clip, always put the clip so it's facing in the direction of travel, which in this case it's going to go that way. If you put it that way and it gets caught on anything, you know, so much could just, you know, clip it off. But if it's going that way, the same way as the combine or tractor or push bike or anything, then you know, it can't get caught up and hook itself off. So that's the way that needs to be. Now I need two hands just to click that on, so but you can see where I'm going with that. Okay, so there she is, all buttoned up and the clip facing the right way. I mean, that's just sort of common knowledge thing, but for anybody who's not a mechanic and don't do this sort of work, well, you might think, oh, I didn't know that, but you do now, as it would be. The chains are fairly well stretched, so we'll not tighten them right up, and just see how it goes. May have to end up buying new chains for them, but be a fair expense just for a day's work, but we'll have to see. I'll run it up and down in the yard and keep my eye on them and just see what they're going to do. If they look like they're going to climb, well then I'll have to change them. So that's that one done then. And I talk about rain coming in Thursday. Today's Tuesday, and if it does, I need to get this wheel on, hopefully get the tank on, but get it back in the shed, because if we're going to get a thunderstorm, I've got to top all off the drum. I don't want to get it wet through, so we can back her back onto the shed. So we're progressing well enough to do that now. Right, catch you on the next. Right, so I think I'm caught up. I made a new insert for the bearings in there, and forgot to really take any pictures of or photos, you know, video of me doing it. But I made it out of a 20mm bolt, drilled the middle rod out to accept the 12mm bolt, and I had to repair one of the cages on the roller bearings because it fell apart. But I repaired that, and to be fair, you know, it's pretty much got it like so. Plus the greaser works now, because the greaser was going in here and going straight out the other side of the pulley, and on the other side you can actually feel up there the blooming hole that was threaded, and I put a grease nipple in it, and now the grease goes into the bearing. So just some silly little things sometimes, but all the belts are on, all in order. As far as I'm aware, all the split pins are in, everything as far as I'm aware is done. So I'm going to pop the wheel on. I mean, all the chains all been done, as you can see. I'm going to pop the wheel on because I do need to get it back in the shed, and because it's going to rain. So I don't want to catch it outside in the wet. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to do that, and I'll take some pictures of putting it back in the shed. Catch you on the next. I'm going to put combine in the shed now. Yeah, I'm going to put combine in the shed, alright. Okay then, so we're going to put combine in the shed. We've pretty much got it all done already, so Toby, come in. Come on. Come on out. So she runs and drives nicely. Clutch works well, and nice feel to it. Sounds nice. I'm quite pleased with it, to be fair. Still got a lot of work to do yet. Corn pan will be the big issue now, sorting the corn pan out. I'm just going to put the skirts on the side of the corn pan, and then we can fit it. Once that's fitted, then I'll fit the tank. So, but it can rain all it likes now. She's undercover. Okay, so another little job I've got here that I've done tonight, and that I put the skirt in on the corn pan. Along with the new skirt on this end, and then the top here is where the rod passes through, and then she just hinges back and forwards like this, stops the stuff from blowing over the pan and back onto the top of the engine. I suppose it was cheap to do that, but I always sort of thought, like, you know, it would be a mechanical way of doing that to foolproof the blooming risk of the corn and stuff going on top of the engine and catching fire, chaff and so forth. But that's the way they've always been, so that's the way it's going back. So yeah, that's all ready to go in. So it's just Thursday night. So I've got all day Friday pretty much to get that in, so that'll be good. So yeah, quite chuffed with that. We'll catch you again tomorrow. Okay then, so got the corn pan out this morning. First time out of the workshop since it's been done, and ready to put in the combine. So we'll endeavour to stick this in. I'll just stick it in here, and as you can see, I've already had to dismantle the exhaust, which sits in there, and that's a bit of a Chinese jigsaw getting one of them in and out with the air cleaner pipe off, and really could do with the water pipe off, but yeah, a bit of a struggle. But anyway, it's out of the way. So the secret now is to get this in without bending the fingers on the end of the corn pan. It shouldn't be too bad because of the little diagonal bar that we took out when we did the rear seal, whatever you like to call it, skirt, yeah, that's the word, and it pretty much sits on that and slides in with a little bit of luck. Scratch all the paint off, no doubt, on the way in, but there you go. So it's not particularly heavy, but it is an awkward bloody thing. You could put a couple of bits of wood under the other side because it's dipped down and it's just headbutting. So I just need to pick that corner up. So just hold it so I can shove it. But, just a couple of bits of wood on top of the fan box just holds that end up while I can shove it in a bit more with a bit of wood. I know she was a tight bugger to get out. Let's see. And you see your skirts rubbing down the side, so they're all sort of okay. It's got to go in a bit more yet, but what I was fighting was the corner of the pan, or the edge of this was catching on the gusset, and you've got to lift it to get it over that and shove it in, and then that put the skirt tight up underneath there, which made it a little bit difficult to push, but it's there. So I've got to go, there's the hole there, look, that it pivots in, and that's got to go there. So as you can see, about another 8-9 inches to go in yet. But of course the thing I need to do is to see in there, and I can't because it's bloody dark. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fetch a torch, and then we can have another proper look, make sure it's not fouling or anything before I give it a big shove. Catch you in a minute. Right, so now we're rounding the other side. Let's see, this is the hinge of the corn pan, look. Missed a bit of paint on there, look, it's just red oxide. And you see this is the angle iron frame, and whether I can get in there enough to see it, so you can see. She's just hitting on the bottom angle iron, so I've got to just lift it up a tad, because it won't slide in no more. And I've got my bit of wood there, look, which is there, look. So I'm going to shove that in, just to lift that up, to give me clearance, and hopefully it'll shove in. So I've got the bit of wood in place, and I can just see it, just a little bit of clearance, look. So a bit of look now, I can go around the front. I should be able to shove that in a little bit more. I'll just stick you back on there. That's a bit dodgy. The hinge on this side, the rivet head, is catching on the banjo on the filter. Also must be catching somewhere else because it's quite tight. Right, so to go and have a look round, see what's catching. So we're getting close. These holes here is for the hinge hanger, which fits in there. And the same on that other side, look, got the 3 holes and the hanger goes on there. So we're not far away. And then when you come around the back here and have a look, you can see the eye hole there, look for the rod to go in. And just behind it, look, is the eye hole of the corn pan. So we're only like a 1.5 inch, 30mm, whatever you like to be, away. So I've got to try and just shove it a little tad more so that lines up for the rod to go through. Okay, so these are your bearing blocks for the rockers, and I've got that one bolted in. It's only, it's only done by hand. It's not been tightened right up, just so it lines up better. There's the little rocker arm. I've just greased it. Just give it a bit of this, just to help stop it from squeaking. And with a bit of luck, that'll fit in there. So, and I've got the little bar in there just so I could, just so I can wiggle it to line the 2 up. Alright, needs a little bit of a tap, but look at it. Just to get it through the bottom. That's good. That's the first one. And that does have a hole in the end there, so you can give it a squirt of oil. But when the bed and that's on here, you can guarantee it never gets done. So I thought, well, put a little bit of grease to it, that'll give it a good start. So that just needs tightening up, and there's a flat washer and split pin that goes on the back of that one there, back on the other side. I've got the pin bar in the other end, so when I get this one bolted on this side, you can say the corn pan's in, and then the only thing I've got to do then is just fasten the skirt up. So yeah, looking good. Okay, so now comes the point where we're going to put this steel rod in here to go through the skirt, which could be a little bit fiddly because the skirt is split to go between 2 sides. I don't know whether we can see that, but it's actually split, look. There's a piece of tin that has to go up on the inside here. Just open them up to get it a bit of a start. It could be quite tricky. Okay, I think we may have it there. Okay, a bit of a fiddle, but it's got it started, so yeah, still missed it. Whew, now that, bit of a struggle. I've still got to line it up with the outside hole. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of a fiddle there just to get the last bit in. You probably can't see what I'm fiddling about at, but in there, look, just getting the rod to line up in that last part of the hole. You see the split there, look, where a piece of tin comes down. And I've just got that much to go to get through the other side. Spring hangers are all in there, look. Not spring hangers, but I mean rocker arms. Split pins in and all nutted up. Same with that side. And the same in the back of that, look, can you see him? Yep. So I'll just finish that rod off and then we're done.